Hello and welcome. In this session, we are going to learn how to upgrade Postgre from lower version to higher version. This is not the demo, this is just the theoretical way, like what are the different strategies available to upgrade Postgre from lower version to higher version. So normally there are three types of strategies available for. In our case, we recently faced some issues with the upgrading Postgre from lower version to higher version. That was Postgre 10 to Postgre 13. So in general, there are three ways to upgrade your Postgre. Say for this example, the best way is when you are upgrading, you just go with pg underscore upgrade, which is the suggested way of upgrading Postgre 10 to Postgre 13, or it may be something else in your case. There is a second way wherein you can upgrade your Postgre from lower version to higher version using pg dump all. In this way, you will just take a backup from source and you will do it on the target. The third way of upgradation is via the replication way, wherein you will do the logical replication from one version to another version. So there's some basic about the database version detail in Postgre. So current Postgre version number consists of a major number and a minor number. Say for example, there is Postgre version 10.1 or 13.4. Let's say, then the first two digits represents the major number and the last digits represents the minor number. So minor release never changes the internal storage format, and they are compatible with uh, earlier minor releases. Let's say I have 12.1, 12.2. In that case, the compatibility will not be changed because of the minor version change. So there will be a change when we go from one major version to another major version. Let's say 10.1 to 13.4. That's a change in the major version. So the storage, what do you say, the compatibility and other features are going to change. So that's about the major and the minor version. Let's talk about the upgrade speed and complexity associated with the upgrade. Since it is an open source database model which is available, so whenever a new version is available, and if it is a staple, then the community goes and try to upgrade and take the advantages of the newer version. The fastest way of upgradation is using the pg underscore upgrade out of the three upgrade facilities which are available. The traditional way, which is using the backup and restore, is always considered to be the safest way of upgrade. And recently we faced an issue wherein we have taken that approach and we have moved the data using the pg dump all method. So out of the three, when we say about pg underscore upgrade, wherein it is going to do the in-place upgrade, so whatever is available, it is going to upgrade that, and it is the fastest way of upgrading your Postgre from lower version to higher version. So how does pg underscore upgrade works? So pg underscore upgrade tool, which is available in the newer version as well as in the lower version also. So if you have to upgrade from lower version to higher version, this utility you have to execute from the higher version so that it can upgrade from lower version to higher version. So this is the way it works. So pg underscore utility will be available in the bin directory, which is, let's say I have an example. I'm trying to upgrade from 9.6 to 10, which is the change in the version, change in the major version. So when we say pg underscore upgrade, you mention the hyphen old data directory, you mention the location of old data directory, you mention the location of new data directory, you mention the location of old binary location, and you mention the location of new binary location. And when you do this, you always make sure that you specify user and port number so that it can connect to the proper database. What are the prerequisites when we are taking the upgrade strategy using the pg underscore upgrade? You should always take a snapshot of virtual machine, because most of the time we this is very frequent, and if you have the extensions available, then they will not directly allow you to upgrade using pg underscore upgrade utility. Let's say you have using a foreign data wrapper, and if it is there in your lower version, and if you use pg underscore upgrade, it is not going to allow unless or until you drop the foreign data wrapper extension in your source. And it is not just this extension. If you have, let's say, 100 of extensions in your source environment, then it may be difficult, because it will always ask for some of the conflicting extensions to be dropped. The second one is in terms of the prerequisites. It is when you are trying to upgrade, it always make sure that you take a complete backup using pg underscore dump all, or if you are using pg underscore base backup, if you are using that as a utility to backup your database environment, then ensure you have the proper backup in place. And you have two levels of rollback plan. One is at the virtual machine level, wherein you can restore within few minutes depending upon the size, and another is you have to take a backup using uh, the the pg underscore dump all. And let us see, I have already mentioned it on the notepad. So upgrade strategy, if you are going to use pg dump all, therein, let's say, in this demo, when we do it next time, we are going to create two instances. One is for postgre 10 and another is for postgre 13. So once you do the installation, what you have to do is, for this particular demo, what I had done earlier is, in postgre 10 or postgre, let's say 11, whatever you wanted to install, insert some sample data, and then you on the same server, because you're going to do it on the same server for postgre 13, you install the binary of postgre 13, and the only thing which you have to take care is, because on both, whether it is this system or another system, the port has to be different. The older system would be running, let's say, on 5432. You make sure you give some other, otherwise it is not going to allow to execute your postgre 13. So you run it on different port, let's say 5433, and when you are connecting, make sure you mention the port number. If my port postgrade 10 is running on 5432, you mention psql-p 5432. And if you wanted to connect to postgre 13, then you mention 5433, whatever your port number you have mentioned. So for demo environment, what we had done is, in our lower environment, we inserted some data. PSQL-P 5432. It is connecting to my postgre 10 or 11. Then we have imported some DVD rental data inside that, and then we had taken a backup just to simulate it. And finally, what we had done is, we stopped the postgre 10 because we have extracted the data from there, and we connected to postgre 13 using PSQL-P 5433. And then if you can check the version, you can check it over there. And when you are going to import it, use PSQL-P 5433, and then you import the data. The side by side upgrade is always supposed to be the safest way, because you are not going to change anything on the source environment. In our case, when we face this situation wherein we were supposed to drop the extensions, we did not do it. We, in spite of that, we went with the other way, wherein we wanted to keep the source intact in case there is some problem. Though we had a virtual machine snapshot, we did not go with that. And then we had gone with the side-by-side upgrade using the traditional way, which is backup and restore, so that at one particular point of time, we have both the environments available for testing in case the application team assumes the newer upgrade system is not valid. Then we are always in a system to roll back it without restoring the snapshot of the virtual machine, or without restoring the backup, which is the logical backup which I had, pg underscore dump all. We didn't go with that, and we had this system up and running. This is the safest way, where in side by side upgrade you have it. And if you wanted to go with the PG upgrade, which is the fastest way of upgrading from lower version to higher version, and this is the command which you have to execute. PG upgrade, you have to mention the location of the old data directory, new data directory, the complete location, old binary directory location, and new binary directory location. So it will appear something like this. This is the location of newer version of upgrade utility, old data directory, new data directory, and when you say -c, it is going to check whether everything is uh, met, or all the conditions are met for the upgrade, and then you start the upgrade without -c. It is going to upgrade your entire postgrade 10, and once it is done, what you have to do, it will allow you to start the postgre on your newer system, and then it will ask you to stop the postgre lower version. So the only problem with this way is uh, uh, most of the time when you have the extensions installed on it, it is going to show you that uh, you drop it on the source environment. So sometimes it may not be advisable to do so, because we wanted to retain both the systems in case we have to roll back. And finally, when this PG upgrade utility goes successful, it will allow you to drop the older cluster. So there is another way also, which is called as the logical replication, where you can replicate your data from source to target environment. So that's all about the conceptual way of upgrading it. So you have the three ways. You have the safest way of upgradation using pg dump all. You can do it using pg upgrade, which is fastest in case you wanted it to for the continuous replication because of the downtime constraint. Then you have to go with the replication way. So PG dump all, when you are doing it, is a complete downtime. PG upgrade also, you have to shut down your source cluster environment. And if you go with the replication way, then it is a continuous replication, and your downtime will be minimized. Though we did not do the demo has already been performed in previous sessions, so you can refer that. And in some other demo, we'll try how to upgrade uh, lower version to higher version, let's say from postgre 12 to postgre 13, using the replication.